Hi. It's easy to choose a topic for this month's Family Law Update. The most significant case in family law in a long, long time is the U.S. Supreme Court decision that came down last week regarding same-sex marriage. From a business point of view, of course, all of us divorce lawyers have to be thrilled with it. The more marriages, the more divorces, and it's a business opportunity for us. But on a more serious basis, and without discussing the pros and cons of the decision, one of the questions is it going to make any difference if the divorce case itself involves two men or two women as opposed to a man and a woman? And it's one simplistic way of looking at it, it's going to make a difference in terms of some of the forms we use. As most of you, I assume, know, my office is the writer of the System Book for Family Law, which is a book of forms. And if you subscribe to it and get the supplement, the newest supplement that's coming out this week, just by coincidence, changes a lot of the forms from saying husband-wife to offering other alternatives and other options. And just remember that if you do end up handling a same-sex marriage divorce, if there are same-sex marriages, there are going to be same-sex marriage divorces, don't be slaves to the form, and make sure that you search through the form, that you're not calling husband-wife in same-sex marriages, choosing any of the other varieties in which to do that. If I want to do husband one, husband two, that's fine. Spouse one, spouse two. Personally, I think a more sensible way of doing it would just be to use first names, but use your own judgment on it. The more serious question is the substantive change in terms of will it be any different in a same-sex marriage from an opposite-sex marriage. And it shouldn't. I mean, the laws are supposed to be gender neutral, and there should be the same laws regarding support and property division. For property division, probably won't be any difference for quite a while, because in relatively short-term marriages, generally property division isn't a major issue in cases. Courts like to restore people to where they came into the marriage if it's a very short-term marriage, and since same-sex marriage hasn't been around that long, at the moment any same-sex divorce is going to be from a same-sex marriage. Later on, years from now, probably shouldn't make any difference either. In terms of support, same thing. If one of the partners to a marriage sacrificed staying home with the children and sacrificed his or her earning capacity, the support argument should be the same, and shouldn't make any difference that the genders are the same as opposed to different. Where it might make a difference, however, is in the decision as to whom are the parents. If the law progresses, as I assume it will, where, say, there are two women, one of them is the biological parent and the other adopts, then it shouldn't make a difference. Same thing for two men. If one's a biological parent and the other adopts, it won't make any difference. But until we get there, we only have one case regarding surrogacy in Wisconsin, and it deals with a parenting agreement that is upheld by our Supreme Court, but no other law in terms of surrogacy. So it seems to me that what is known as alternate reproductive techniques, or ART, becomes an area of law which family law attorneys are going to have to know until the law catches up with the technologies. So I'm pleased from a business perspective for same-sex marriage. Pleased if I can get the politics out of this from a personal point of view. As a divorce lawyer, we like to see it when couples don't have to get divorced. And if couple are in love with each other and want to stay with each other, God bless. But the effect upon children obviously will be a very important component on this. And when there are courses offered, as there are all the time for ART, if you're interested, the American Bar Association Family Law section has an ART committee that puts on lots of programs. They're all outstanding and lots of good material on it. And it's something we're going to have to get to know, something we're going to have to learn and understand.